Well, today's a good day. You know, my father always said you have to admire a person who admits they're wrong and has the courage to change their mind. And it is with great admiration that I say thank you to the Senate Democratic leadership. Thank you, and finally, Senator McKinney and I in our respective caucuses, and by the way, most of the people that you saw here have all been here as long as I have. And since 2008, Republicans have put forth capping the gas tax and various other measures to give relief at the gas pump. In fact, on 8 occasions, we put forth this very proposal, and it has been turned down. Just a few days ago in this legislative session, it was said by members of the Democratic leadership that this was nothing more than politics. It was a political gamesmanship, etc. But fortunately, I think they have realized that people out there are angry and frustrated and are looking to government to do something. So it is a great day to hear that our majority leaders, our colleagues, are willing to cap the gas tax and move forward with this plan. Now, I did hear, you know, we've done a lot of e-certs. We did 3 just the other day, emergency certified. We did one on Milford and et cetera. So I'm hopeful that this rises to the same level of urgency as I think it should, and that the next time we are in session, if not sooner, we pass this legislation. It's unfortunate we weren't all together here because I think we're all on the same page. And we could pass this quickly, and as soon as tomorrow, we'll all be here. So I want to thank the Democratic leadership for coming around on this issue, and look forward to the time when we could vote on it. Senator McKinney?
Well, thank you, Larry. This is a good day, not just for Republicans who've been pushing this issue as far back as 2006 with amendments in 2007 and 2008, but for the people in the state of Connecticut who have been struggling with high taxes, high cost of business. People in the state of Connecticut who had the highest, largest tax increase in state history foisted on them last year are facing the highest gasoline taxes in the nation. And what we have done as Republican legislators, as voices of the people, led by people like Len Suzio, is talk to people in our districts. Are you frustrated by, are you tired of high gasoline prices and paying the highest taxes in the country? We've even heard the governor talk about how he sees people in Massachusetts with Connecticut license plates in line filling up for gasoline. Of course they are. In Massachusetts, they pay 23 cents in a gasoline tax. In Connecticut, it's close to 50 cents. Our tax is too high and unfair. I think it was in 2008, we had a bill in the Senate, an amendment that dealt with capping the gasoline tax and had the anti-gouging pieces in it. That amendment passed 35-1. I think Senator Doyle was the only one to vote no on that. There is bipartisan agreement on this. If the price of gasoline goes up $1, that's an effective tax rate on the gross receipts tax of 7.53%. That's 7.5 cents increase in the gas tax. If it goes up $2, and we're talking about capping it at $3, and $5 a gallon gasoline is not a far-fetched idea. That's 15 cents that we will be saving people in the gasoline tax. That's not political propaganda. That is a fact. And those 15 cents, someone travels about 13,000 miles a year, could cost you well over $100 a year, on top of maybe $300-400 people already paying their gas taxes. So this is a good day. We don't need to wait for legislative committees. This is certainly more of an emergency for the people of the state of Connecticut than one building proposal in the city of Milford. So I would encourage Senator Williams, the Speaker, Representative Cafero, and I, all 4 of us can sign an e-cert. All 4 caucuses can jump on board, and we could pass this thing, I think 187-0, and get it to the governor's desk and become law probably by the end of the week. So it's a good day, and I think we'll be happy to take any questions. Glenn, sure.
As someone who's been advocating for a cap on the gas tax for nearly a year for Connecticut families, I am happy to see that the Democratic leadership has finally picked up the baton But what's being proposed today is only half a step. It's only half a step because it's a temporary suspension of tax gouging here in Connecticut. If price gouging is wrong all the time, so is tax gouging. And what I heard today was we reserve the right to resume tax gouging in Connecticut a year from now. I'm sorry, folks, that's wrong. When this is if this is introduced on the floor of the Senate, I will introduce an amendment to make it permanent, not temporary. The people of Connecticut need a permanent tax break, not something that's given by the goodwill of the Democratic majority that they may very well take back next year. It's wrong 100% of the time to gouge people with taxes. And the proof in the pudding is compare us to Massachusetts, which has a 23.5-cent per gallon tax. As Senator McKinney just said, right now Connecticut's taxes, gas taxes alone, average over 50 cents a gallon. More than double. Who would have ever thunk that you'd take a look at Massachusetts and say, wow, we'd like to lower our taxes to their level?